Hi, this is Chris from Airwindows, and I'm showing you one of my sample kit type things. And this is a drum kit called CrispKit. The reason which it's called CrispKit is it's sort of a crazy Stuart Copeland-y tuned kind of thing. I believe that is a Gretsch kit. I've done this a while ago, and I'm just revisiting it now. It's been recorded fairly well as far as the cymbals and things are concerned. And if I'm not mistaken, this one is using a lot of Paiste cymbals for the ride. And also this is a Paiste color sound hat, so it's a very bright toppy hat. It's a very tight kick, but before I go any farther, I have to also explain a thing about this. This is one of the console kits. It is like I said, CrispKit. But what I mean by that is this. Airwindows console uses an input plugin and a bus plugin, like that there. What that does is the input plugin goes on the track that you're using, and everything gets mixed together, and then the bus plugin goes on the output of the summing bus and gives more space within it. Now, when I talk about a Airwindows console kit, what I mean is all of the individual sounds have been processed with console. So they're mixing inside EXS24, which has been placed inside the Airwindows console system. And what you hear from that is there's a ride, and this is outside of console. And that sounds pretty normal for a sampler instrument. Now when we turn it on, we've got a little bit more dimensionality inside the instruments, and these are all sustaining instruments. Like the cymbals hang out for a while, so unlike your usual sampler instrument, you can do a pretty decent maybe you can't really do a cymbal solo as well as you could if it was real cymbals, but you can get fairly close. And using console in this way, now it's okay if you don't have console, it will just sound a little bit more aggressive, but if you do have console, you can get a bit more of a blend in with that. Now this is a fairly edgy little kit. It's pretty aggressive. So, if you like the sound that this makes, then all well and good. It's got a very good rim shot, this one. And the two snares, because these console kits were set up with 2 toms and 2 snares. This one that's very similar, but I'll explain what's different about them, apart from the rim shot. That is a slightly tighter snare. Oh wait, no, this is a slightly tighter snare. And this one, the snares are looser. So this one might even work better for some circumstances, but with this one, you got more of that hiss on the end of it. So something like, oh, I don't know, drum and bass or Don't really have the touch for that. Anyways, CrispKit is probably going to reward sequencing and stuff better than most because it's so incredibly tight and aggressive that, I don't know, I'm not quite sure I'm up to playing some of the darker kits I can start playing, but this one's pointy. It also has some options that I will explain as I do for all of these. CrispKit has 4 options, in fact: sequenced hat, live hat, gate, and gate symbol. I've just been showing you live hat. What that means is that all of the hi-hat sounds cancel each other out. Sequenced hat is different. Sequenced hat, oh, and it found a copy of it on the desktop. That's fine. I know that's there. It's supposed to be. What that does, and I'm going to take drive down. It wasn't really designed to have that in there. And hang on, did I demonstrate this for? I think not. There's another thing that you should know about console, which is if you're using the airwindows console kit and you're using the effects in EXS24, they happen inside console. So the EQs and the synthy type effects are being done inside the console system, which is giving them a more expanded sound. That's a little more colorful and interesting than you're going to get off of just a raw EX24 filter. Now, I mentioned sequenced hat. What that means is this. Instead of the sounds cutting off by each other, sequenced hat doesn't cut off the sounds at all. So what it does is, instead of having all the sounds in a big velocity stack and them canceling each other out, they're round-robined, which I can't do with the canceling. So what that means is you've got to program in the hats for that and have them extend as long as they're going to extend and then shut off. Use the legato function or something. But when you do that, what happens is they're round-robining, so they're not the same hit, even if it's exactly the same volume. It's all pretty weird. Anyways, that's what the sequence hat is for. It's the way of getting the hats to round robin with each other. And the other options are gate and gate symbol. And I'll just clear that. I'm not really quite sure why it's loading itself over again, because it's really the same. It ships with the same samples for all these, so it's not like they take any extra space. Gate sounds like this. It'll go as long as the note is. From a Roland brain, the notes are this long. Anyways, that's a weird little effect, but it was easy to include, so I included it in case you wanted to use it. And you may ask what gate symbol would mean. Gate symbol means exactly the same thing, only with this one, the symbols that aren't the hi-hat. Yeah, the hi-hat is still sequenced, but cymbals are normal, drums are not. So if you wanted to do some kind of special effect or something, or maybe ride on a cymbal and use a very gated kick or something, it's a pretty weird set of things, but I mean, that's half the fun, is that it's a strange little product. It's 10 bucks, like the rest of the console kit things. And again, these ones are all designed to work inside AirWindows console. It doesn't mean they'll be broken if you don't have it. Like what you just heard, if I turn console off, it sounds like this. I mean, console is not a sound ruiner. It's pretty transparent. But with it, you get to take advantage of even the very newest versions of AirWindows console. That is CrispKit, which is very crisp indeed. And if you like it, cost 10 bucks, and hope you enjoy it. Talk to you later.